I wanted to talk today about fear or worry or concern and how it blocks what you're receiving and colors your worldview in a really difficult and problematic way. So I'm going to tell you two stories. Well, three actually. All right. So for years, I have been in different coaching groups, business coaching groups, and usually what and you would be familiar with this if you've done any kind of something like coaching, or therapy, and that's that sometimes there's a prep form before the sessions, and usually the person who you're working with wants you to notice what good is happening and celebrate it. And honestly, now, for years, when I would do that, I would I would feel I felt like they were kind of pumping up the celebrations. Like, yes, that was good, but look at all the bad stuff that happened. I mean, and look at all the stuff I want your help with. We need to focus on that. And yes, I'll tell you about the good stuff, but really underneath what I was feeling is, yeah, 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 but help me with this other stuff. Okay, so that shows you where my mind was. But I also know that that's not unusual. That I've had many clients who kind of groan about celebrations and don't really feel it. So I've actually thought about that for years because for many reasons. One reason is that if you're working on something in yourself and you don't actually notice or see what the little changes are, you will never be able to actually take in the bigger shifts. Now, there's a couple reasons for that. Number one is if you don't see the small stuff, it will be very difficult for you to actually take in the bigger stuff. It and also, it may be much more important, is that change usually happens incrementally. So you start to notice that you're being nicer to your partner or to your getting along better with your children or your parents, or it's easier to do some of the marketing in your business and you're being able to say yes more to things that you don't know 100% how to do and have never done before, but you're more willing. Or as one of my clients says, you feel like you deserve a seat at the table and that people want you at the table. So Oh, it's very important. You don't have to celebrate it like rah rah rah, right? I mean, some of us are just not like that. We're quiet celebrators, and if you're a rah rah celebrator, great. And you need to. It's important. It's essential to start training yourself to notice what's actually going on in your life. So if not only will you not see the good stuff, but you also, again, will not notice when as bigger changes are happening because you'll always be thinking about what you don't have. So two quick stories. One, there's a woman that I know who is going through a lot of trouble right now. She's really, really having a hard time in her life. And somebody was trying to be nice to her, and this woman that I know, we'll call her Sue, uh, she was saying, "Oh yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't want you to be nice to me in that way, and I can't take it. And you're always fussing at me." And Sue's friend, we'll call her S- Selena. So Selena says, "Wait a minute, wait a minute. We resolved that between us, and you said our talks have been better for months, if not years now, and we haven't had that problem in so long. Is it that you're why is it that you're why is it you're saying these things about me? I thought we cleared all that up." And Sue said back to Selena, she said, "Oh, you know what? You're right. you haven't been, quote, mean to me in a long time. We haven't had this problem in a long time. I'm in such a bad place myself. I feel so much fear and that I just I feel like there's something wrong with me, and so I'm seeing the world through these prisms of people mistreat me, and I can't take it, so I can't accept anything from them. And so it was a very sad story that I heard about. I thought I really felt bad for Sue that she was in such a state that when her friend was reaching out, all she could remember was the bad stuff from years ago and couldn't really like see or take in her friend, who her friend is, and also um, allow her friend to be a friend. So that's what, thank you for the hearts and hello, everybody. Welcome. And when so there's a second story I want to tell you about this, which is to me even more to the point. So I'm working with a young woman with young children. Usually my clients are older, but she's on the younger end, so she still has fairly young kids. And one of her kids is she has a hard time with her daughter, a very, very, very hard time with this daughter. And and yet my client is doing everything she can as a mother and as a person to help her child who needs a lot of help, and the school is helping in all of that, of course. And so my client has been talking to me a lot recently, every week, about what's going on between her and her daughter, and feeling so frustrated and aggravated and defeated by things not going better. And so we devised a little thing that she could do with her daughter, and she thought it would be a good thing to do. It had to do with creating a more sense of safety between the two of them. And my client, she started talking to her daughter about this situation and how they were going to have a place where they were going to that they could go to this space in the house, and then only nice things could happen there. There could be no arguments, no getting mad at each other, no discipline. This was like a safe space. And because things had been ramping up between them, not abuse, just that d- d- anger between the two of them, a lot of anger, both of them. And at first, my client's daughter was fighting her on this and saying, no, no, you know, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And my client just stayed steady with it. And what happened was her daughter then said, as she was going very, very, very grumpy, no, I'm not going to do this. We're not going to do this. And then as my client just stayed calm and soft and so forth, then the daughter started giving her mom a little massage and kind of stroking her, which is something my client does with her daughter all the time. So the daughter was giving love and connection s- to her mother. But my client didn't see it. The mom didn't see it. She couldn't take it in. She was more listening to no, 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 no. But the daughter was going, no, 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 and then spontaneously starts massaging her and kind of loving on her. And so my client, who's very smart and loves her daughter so much, couldn't see this, couldn't feel it, didn't hardly even notice it. So when we were talking about it, of course, I was noticing it. I was noticing that the no, no, no came at right on the heels of that, quickly came love and connection, and that her daughter was actually letting her letting her mom create something between them, and her daughter was really responding. So when you are in fear, or especially when you're used to something being a certain way, it can be really hard when something different happens for you to go, whoa, wait a minute, this other thing is actually happening. Instead, the mind just keeps like perseverating on the old stuff, the old stuff, the old stuff, and we don't even know we're doing it. In these two stories I just told you, they had no idea they were doing it. Part of it is the neural pathway is really deep, and you're just so used to going down that pathway that you're not able to even notice or stop or see. So this is especially right now, which I'm recording this during December, so it's a holiday season, and things can get very tense and because there can be a lot of pressure. Just like see if you can even just slow yourself down just a little bit and open your view to what is all of what is happening, not just what you're negatively focused on, all of what is happening with your relationships, with the way that you're talking to people, with how you're feeling, with what you keep thinking about. Now, that's not the be all end all of the of an intervention here, but it is something simple that you can do to quiet your nervous system and get more in contact with what's actually happening with you and with the people that care about you. And you might even feel a little bit more love and a little bit more loved. All right. Thank you again. Thank you again, everyone. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.